have an idea. Even with 600 take-home pay, as it is now, I already had something great.
What? What's that?
A house.
What?
The new house we built.
What? What the hell is she talking about? Wait a minute, are you serious?
I'm as serious as ever. Kylie must cry in happiness.
I'm not going to let you give her a new house.
Shut up! We're giving our new house to my newlywed sister. That's the deal. If you don't like it, we'll get a divorce.
At that moment, something snapped inside me. All right, I'm divorcing you. I can't do this anymore. My name is Mason, a 35-year-old office worker. I've been married to my wife, Amber, for 3 years. We were both working as company employees and living a rich and happy life. But there was one problem. My sister-in-law, Kylie. She is 5 years younger than my wife and I, but she and my wife get along so well that it seems to me that they are getting along a little too well. Just after we got married, she came over to our house almost every day. Sometimes it was the three of us just going out on what was supposed to be a date night. I honestly had thought about getting a divorce if the situation continued any longer, but around that time, my sister-in-law was transferred to a new job in a rural area, so she stopped coming to visit us frequently. My wife looked very sad and said,
"Why don't we move to the area where Kylie lives?"
I almost punched her in the face. My sister-in-law and my wife would see each other at New Year's and other gatherings at my parents-in-law's house. So my wife started to give me more attention, and our marriage was going well for a while. But recently, there was a disturbing shadow casting over our peaceful life. It seems that my sister-in-law was back again. My wife was overjoyed and told me about it.
"I'm looking forward to going out with Kylie again."
I was stunned at how much she doted on her. It even got me suspicious whether they were really sisters. But my sister-in-law didn't just come back here. Apparently, she is now dating someone with the intention of getting married. They are currently living together, and it's hard for her to make time to hang out with Amber. Realizing that, my wife was depressed.
"I have no right to interfere with my sister's love life, do I?"
she muttered. I was surprised to hear her say such a decent thing. Later, when I thought about it calmly, I realized that when we were newlyweds, she had brought Kylie home a lot, and we had lost time together, which made me slightly angry. Was her sister more important than me? I even started to feel a little jealous, and I hated myself for that. Still, I was glad that when my sister-in-law came back, things didn't go back to the way they were before. We had planned to buy a new house since the beginning of our marriage, and we were about to make it happen. I was worried that my sister-in-law might ruin that plan. My wife seemed to have given the new house some thought, and we finally bought a house. It will take a few months to finish the house since we ordered a lot of details. We are currently renting and can totally wait until it's finished. I was so happy to finally have the home of my dreams. But then something unbelievable happened. My wife suddenly quit her job. Why? We have a mortgage to pay from now on.
"I am not going to work. I'm going to work part-time on the weekends."
"Why are you doing that?"
"Because if I work on weekdays, I won't be able to hang out with Kylie."
I was dumbfounded. Apparently, my wife quit her job so that she could spend more time with her sister. She is currently not working and is living on her boyfriend's salary. She said she will be a housewife after marriage, so she decided that she doesn't need to work. Well, I don't know about that, but more than anything else, Amber's behavior is the most unbelievable. Why would she suddenly do something like that when we have so much in store? It seems that when it comes to her sister, she does things that are out of the ordinary. After that, she's been hanging out with Kylie frequently, on weekdays. And since she's also a vain person, when she goes out to lunch with Kylie, she always buys her a drink. So the money she earned on weekends has been disappearing in no time. Well, my wife earns about $600 per day, so it's only natural that she would run out if she spends money like that. I requested to her, "I want you to get a full-time job again." But she wouldn't listen to me. I was very worried about my future with her. Then, my friend told me a more surprising fact, that Amber went to the car dealership where he works. At that point, I was surprised. I asked him why my poor wife would go buy a car, and he told me the details. She told him that her sister was getting married soon, and that she wanted to buy a car as a wedding present. She remembered that my friend works at a dealership and visited the store. My wife was looking at luxury cars, and my friend was very worried about her. He thought it was too much to give a luxury car as a wedding gift, no matter how important her sister was to her. He was worried whether I, her husband, had given her permission to buy a luxury car. So he just wanted to make sure I knew what she was up to and not let her make a decision right away. I'm really grateful for my friend. I had no idea that my wife was doing that. I came home from work that day and immediately questioned my wife. "Hey, what's going on? I heard you're trying to buy a car for Kylie's wedding present."
"How do you know that?"
"Because you went all the way to the store where my friend works, right?"
"Shit, I went there because I thought I might be able to get a good deal. He's a bad dealer. He gave away his client's personal information."
"He's a good man, isn't he? He just wanted to make sure I was okay with it. I mean, why would you even think about buying a car with your paltry salary?"
What are you talking about? Kylie's getting married. It's a sister's duty to make it a big celebration.
Why don't you fulfill your duty as a wife first? You don't work during the week, you don't do the housework, and you quit your job just to hang out with your sister? How is that even possible?
As an only child, you wouldn't know anything about the bond between siblings.
Your bond is unordinary. I don't have any siblings, but I would know that much.
Wow, you're really rude. I just love and care for my sister. That's all. How can you not see that?
I don't understand at all. We're not gonna get anywhere talking about this. Anyway, you're not getting her a car. You need to be more realistic. I'll tell my friend not to sell it to you. We had a huge fight, and we didn't talk for a few days. I really can't forgive her for this one. If my wife continues to do this, I'll have to consider leaving her. So this time, I will definitely wait for her to reflect and apologize. I will not give in. However, contrary to my thoughts, my wife made an outrageous statement. One day, my wife told me she wanted to talk to me, so we sat down on the living room sofa, facing each other. I guess she could tell that I was really angry because I didn't talk to her at all. My wife started.
I'm sorry, I was out of line the other day.
She apologized.
I won't give her a car. I can't buy her a new one right now, so...
I was happy that she admitted it. Thank you for understanding. My wife is not a person who can't make calm decisions when it comes to her sister, but this time she seemed to have kept a level head. Now if only she would start working as a full-time employee again. Just about when I was relieved, my wife said,
So, about Kylie's wedding gift.
She started. What are you going to give her? I think a wedding gift should be something that you could use every day, like tableware.
No. I'm not going to give her something small like that. I have an idea. Even with a $600 take-home pay, as it is now, I already had something great.
What? What's that?
A house.
What?
The new house we built.
What?
We're giving Kylie our new house. How's that? Could there be a bigger present for a newlywed than this?
I was speechless. What the hell is she talking about? Wait a minute. Are you serious?
I'm as serious as ever. Kylie must cry in happiness.
I was out of words. You can be so stupid. How could I allow you to give her our new house? And what about the mortgage?
Well, we'll figure it out, won't we? I'll pay some, and you can take care of the rest, right? And maybe Kylie's husband can pay the rest.
Don't be ridiculous. I don't want to pay the mortgage on a house I won't live in.
You're so selfish. Can't you take care of my family?
How can I live up to your standards?
Shut up. We're giving our new house to my newlywed sister. That's the deal. If you don't like it, we'll get a divorce.
At that moment, something snapped inside me. All right, I'm divorcing you. I can't do this anymore. I said that and immediately went to the city office to get the divorce papers. I went home, filled them out, and handed them to my wife. She said,
I don't need to stay married to someone who can't take care of my sister.
Then sign the divorce papers. I took it, packed up my stuff, and went to my parents. On the way there, I filed the divorce papers at the city office and put an end to my marriage with my wife. I didn't expect the separation to be so easy, but I didn't want to be pushed around by that woman anymore anyways. Fortunately, we bought the house when she was still a full-time employee, so the mortgage is in our joint name. So I gave up the title, took the money I had put in as my share of the property out of the joint account, and said goodbye to my wife.